I'd like to welcome everyone here this evening to celebrate our athletes, our coaches, our families who have participated and supported our Special Olympics team this year. When Marissa approached me to share this welcome and a few words to get us started, I was very excited and also obviously always a little nervous because I am always just in awe of our athletes. I'm Elizabeth DeTerra, and I'm the Assistant Superintendent for Learning and Teaching Services in the district. And while our team wears many, many hats, much of our work revolves around the learner profile. And the learner profile describes some 4 pillars per se that we are always working towards in Lake Travis ISD. That we believe that learning is social. It's hashtag learning together. And there are some competencies that in our district we are always trying to develop in our students or our teachers or each other. And things like connection and being able to collaborate together, work together, being able to communicate and get our wants and our needs communicated to others and have message and value in that message. Another area we typically work in is this idea of learning is inspiring, right? Being able to learn something new, be able to perform something I've never been able to do in the past, really requires us to understand this idea of relevance and that competency of knowing, well, how is this going to impact me in my life and in my life goals. Also, as a learner, kind of developing this idea of critical thinking. When something doesn't go exactly how we planned, or if there's a bump in the road or an obstacle or something is hard, how can we critically think through what's most important? How might I reach my goal? And that idea of thinking about critically what's most important in the activity I'm learning, the knowledge, or actually the performance. And then, of course, we, in this idea of learning is inspiring, is this idea of perseverance, right? That when we get knocked down, when there is a mistake, we can learn from that and we can get back up, brush off ourselves and try again. This idea that learning is a growing, changing, and sometimes what seems to be maybe what someone else might call a mistake or a failure is actually being able to persevere through that and learn when it's hard, when it doesn't come easy. That's that idea and that competency that we're always working on with our students and our staff. But also knowing that learning is dynamic. So and this is a prime time to talk about that, because learning can happen 24/7. It can happen in different places, locations. It can, it's dynamic. So sometimes it might be on a football field, sometimes it might be in the bowling alley, sometimes it might be in the classroom. But knowing time and how our students can utilize their time to spend it doing the things that are going to help them develop in their life and being able to manage that time is really important for our students. Knowing that, of course, where we learn can change, and then knowing what resources I have that can help me learn what I want to learn. And that might be a coach, but that might be a parent, that might be a teacher, that might be a friend, might be a teammate. That resources aren't just things. They are the relationships and the people around us who care about us and are willing to cheer us on. So knowing where you can get help to learn and grow is important, something, a competency we want to develop in our students. Lastly is this idea of that learning is empowering. We are preparing our kids to be life ready. And we know that they need to be self-aware, right? What's my part and how can I contribute? And be self-directed. So every step of the way, what pieces can I take care of now, as opposed to someone doing it for me? And then always being respectful of ourselves, right? Developing that in our students, but being respectful of others and the situations that people are in. So when I think about the learner profile and all of those competencies, I cannot tell you how much I believe that Special Olympics and this experience that our student athletes are provided with is just key. It is such a reflection of everything that the adults and the teachers and the staff in Lake Travis ISD want to instill in our students. And the athletes in Special Olympics have reflected that. I hope that when I was describing those, that you got pictures in your head about the student athletes and when they were learning and they were persevering and they were thinking about and they were working alongside each other and with their coaches. So to all our athletes, I just want you to know that all of us in this virtual room are cheering you on, and that it's because of you that we're here tonight and being able to celebrate you and all the learning. And I know that that can't happen in isolation. So to our parents and to our coaches, to our staff, to our teachers, and to the athletes, we say thank you and celebrate you tonight. You are well-deserved of this evening, and I'm just so fortunate to be able to welcome you to a very nice night. To Marissa, thank you. All of the athletes, you remind us that we can reach our dreams no matter what challenges we face. And we are definitely inspired by you. I have, please join us in a virtual applause for our athletes, our coaches, our parents, our families, and everyone here that is here to celebrate tonight. I do get the honor of introducing our superintendent of schools. Dr. Brad Lancaster is here to share some words. So I'm handing over to Dr. Lancaster. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Zatara. I appreciate that. And I want to, on behalf of our board president, Kim Flash, and our entire board of trustees, our senior staff within the district, and our campus leadership, many of whom are here tonight, I want to say welcome and how grateful I am that we are here to celebrate with you tonight. It's a rare treat that we get to take a moment and set aside some time to celebrate the accomplishments of our Olympians and our athletes. And it's fitting that we would do that tonight and just pause. I am sorry, and I take it a little personally, that we're doing this via Zoom. There are many events that are impacted at the end of this school year by our current circumstances, and I think we can all appreciate that, but it is still disappointing that we can't be together in person in our high school cafeteria to celebrate and hug and high five and see you in person. But I'm grateful for those who have set up this virtual event, that we can at least recognize our athletes and everyone who's been involved in this. To our student athletes and our Olympians, I want to say congratulations to you, like Ms. Zatara did as well. We're proud of you. You make us look good. You have worked hard for this night, and we hope you enjoy this celebration of your success. To our parents, we also say thank you. We wouldn't be here without your support. We're grateful for our partnership with you. And finally, to our staff and our coaches, we would not have this program if it weren't for a large number of very dedicated people who set aside a good bit of time to work with our students and help them achieve these marvelous goals. As a superintendent, there's not much that I'm more proud of than an event like this, where we can celebrate our students' success. And there's so many that go on behind that, and we're very, very grateful to you. I want to say congratulations to everyone tonight. Have a wonderful event. And I look forward to seeing all of you again in person very soon as we can. Thank you for having me tonight.
Thank you, Dr. Lancaster, for your words. And I think you guys will find out throughout this whole banquet that, yes, it really does take a city, as they say, it takes a village. Definitely our students, parents, the employees in our district, as well as some community people. So with no further ado, I am going to introduce Kara Brady, who will be giving the invocation.
Heavenly Father, we ask your blessing on those who gather here for this event. We trust the youth of our word to your care. We ask your unique blessing upon these young people here tonight. We pray that they might live lives with courage and conviction. We pray that they might set and achieve a high standard of moral conduct. We pray that they might have goals that reach to heaven. May they face up to disappointment and accept defeat with courage and be truly humble in victory. We thank you for the vital girl with these young people are blessed. May we raise Travis ISD Special Olympics be worthy host to our guests. We ask in your name, amen. Name the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Thank you, Kara. And if everyone will rise with me now, while Jason Walden says the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. May be seated.
Thank you, Jason. And now to recite the athlete oath is Andrew Jones.
Let me win, but if I cannot win, let me be brave in the attempt.
Thank you, Andrew. Well, good evening, everyone. I am Marissa Saunders, and for those of you who don't know me, I am the head of delegation for the Lake Travis ISD Special Olympics. Thank you for joining us for the 2019-2020 Special Olympics banquet and our first virtual banquet. The virtual format has allowed us to have friends and family members who might not otherwise be able to join us, including my mom, who's tuning in from Houston. The virtual format can also mean some unexpected technical difficulties, so I thank you in advance for your patience. This year started out strong for our delegation when we won third place for our float at the homecoming parade. We got snazzy new bowling shirts and offered an online spirit store for LT swag. We started 2 new basketball teams, including a unified team. And while our competitions for cycling and track and field were canceled due to COVID-19, we were able to get in several practices in both sports before school closure. Our delegation joined social media with an Instagram account that will be officially rolled out in the fall. We had 7 new athletes join our team, making for a total of 34 athletes this year. I would like to introduce some very important volunteers in our program, the Special Olympics coaches. Our coaches are comprised of LT ISD teachers, including LTMS Teacher of the Year, Frank Asorgi, and individuals from our community. They demonstrate uncompromised dedication to their sport and to our athletes. They stay late for practices after school and arrive early for competitions on weekends. Now, our awesome coaches will speak about their sports during the 2019-2020 school year.
Hey, Special Olympians, it's Coach Russo coming to you live from my house. I'm so excited that we could do the virtual banquet today. I'm so very proud of each and every one of you. We had a terrific season. We ended up with lots of golds, silvers, bronzes, and even a few ribbons. So proud of everybody here. Go LT! I miss you all, and we'll see you soon.
All right, let's hear it for our Special Olympic athletes. Woo! Yeah, 3-on-3. You are awesome this year. I'm so proud of you. Our team, Coach Wallace and me, Coach Daniels, had the honor of coaching 3-on-3, which was Kira and Carter and Sophie, Val, and Luke. And we are so proud of you. You worked together well as a team. You had great passing, shooting, defense, and rebounding. All right. Well, I am so proud of you, and I'm glad that I had this honor to be able to be one of your coaches. And I'm glad that tonight is all about you. I wish we could be there in person to shake your hand and take your picture, but this is the next best thing. So congratulations for all your hard work, coming to every practice, going to the games, everything that you did, you gave it your whole heart. And we're very proud of you. So here's Coach Wallace with a message too. We love you guys and we're very proud of you.
Hey, LT basketball friends. It's so nice to see you. It's Coach Wallace. I just wanted to congratulate you on another fabulous season. You always make practices so fun to come to and the games exciting. Keep dribbling and keep shooting.
Hey guys, good evening. This is Coach Hal, and I hope that all of you and your families are doing well and staying safe. I'm so glad that we're able to celebrate tonight all your accomplishments and have some fun. And I miss seeing you guys, I really do. And I look so forward to next season. When we can all be back together. So Marissa asked maybe to say a little bit about what were our expectations coming into the season. Quite honestly, this being the first time that we were going to have a unified team, I was a little bit concerned about the stamina and being able to go full court. Takes a lot of energy, and I was a little concerned about that. I was a little concerned maybe do we have the skill level to be effective and play and compete at this league. Well, you guys came through as champions like you always do. And you just blew me away, and Coach Brian, with your effort and your skill level and your energy. And wow, it was just an amazing season. And Coach Brian and I had so much fun. And we just can't look forward more to next season. We'll all be together. And I pray for each of y'all and your families to stay safe. I do want to go over our players because you guys put in such a great effort, and just mention a couple of things. Starting off with William. I mean, oh my gosh, William, what a great season. Beautiful left-handed hook shot. Ultimate team player, great passer, joy to have on the team. Tiffany, always probably the best defensive player we have, and a great shooter, great energy, and looking forward again next year to seeing you, Tiffany, and your development. Sheridan, I don't think anybody improved more than Sheridan. And each practice you got better and better. And then we got to the tournament, and, to see this young lady make a shot and her determination. But when she made a shot, she ran back down with that big smile on her face. And I think all of us, that's what all of Special Olympics represents, and brought us tremendous joy. And thank you, Sheridan, for your efforts. Reagan, the ultimate team player, keeps us laughing, keeps everybody loose, and can play all the positions. And great job, Reagan. Andrew Murphy, oh my gosh, of course he looks like a basketball player. He's tall, he's athletic, and he made some amazing shots in the tournament. His smile is so contagious, and we just love being with Andrew. Also want to mention Austin and Ryan. We missed you guys at the tournament, but y'all are amazing people and young athletes, and we loved having you, at least for our practices, and next year, who knows, maybe for the tournament, hopefully. Also want to do a shout out to our partners, our partner athletes, Watson, Jackson, and Troy. Amazing young men. You parents, if you're listening, you should be very proud of these boys. You are raising fine young men and could not have asked for better partners to be with. So I'm not sure how long I'm supposed to have on this. I have so much to say. I miss you guys so much, and I love you. I know Brian misses you. Wendy and Connie, great season. Shout out to all the coaches and to Marissa for all you do for all of us. We really appreciate it. Love you guys. Have fun tonight, and let's celebrate. Goodbye.
Hi, everybody. This is Brian Kenyon. First of all, I'd like to thank Marissa for all of her hard work and time that she spent during this year. And then next, I'd like to thank Special Olympics for allowing Hal and I the opportunity to be coaches with the athletes and the partners. You know, this was our first year for a 5-on-5 full court unified team. And in all honesty, Hal and I looked at each other before our first practice, and we were like, oh, we're not sure if we're going to be able to do this. But, you know, after that first practice, we again looked at each other and said, this was so much fun. They were so great. It's no big deal. And each and every practice after that point, we could tell that the athletes were getting better. The athletes and the partners were each getting better, but not only getting better individually, but as a team. And that made us so proud of you know, the group and all that we've done, and the hard work and the enthusiasm that each of the players had for basketball. So I'd like to thank each of you, each of the players and the partners, for all of their hard work, their enthusiasm, and just getting better throughout the year. And I hope you had so much fun. So I'd like to thank each of you individually: Andrew, Austin, Reagan, Ryan, Sheridan, Tiffany, and William. And then I'd also like to thank our partners and really assistant coaches on the court, our player coaches, for their dedication, their enthusiasm, and all of their hard work. So I'd like to thank Jackson, Troy, and Watson. You know, we so much cherish the time that we're able to spend coaching the players and the partners, and we look so much forward to next year. Please work on your passing, your dribbling, and your shooting, and you know, over this summer. And we look forward to seeing you soon. Go Lake Travis.
Hi everyone, I'm Shannon Phillips. I am one of the LT basketball coaches. This year I coached the Team Skills group, and I just want to say that my athletes were amazing. They came to practice and gave it their all. Even we had some that was their first time to play basketball, so to just go straight to Team Skills is awesome. I also wanted to say that I hope you guys are staying healthy, staying safe, and I miss every single one of you. And I can't wait to see you guys again. Have a wonderful summer and stay active. Maybe dribble a basketball every once in a while, or pass a basketball back and forth with a family member, shoot some hoops, and we'll see you next year. Have a wonderful summer.
Hello. First off, I want to say hello to my cycling team, and I miss you guys. Monday nights were an absolute blast every time we got together. So I hope you guys are all doing well. I will say you guys were incredible. I mean, we were rocking and rolling on times. We were beating all our times for last year. So many of you guys were stepping up in distances, which was awesome, going from the 1K to the 5K. So many new participants this year who were starting their adventure into cycling, so it was phenomenal. So I know you guys would have totally kicked butt at the match this year, but hopefully next year we'll get back on track and we'll get things rolling. I can't wait to see you back out there. But thanks for everything, and you guys were awesome.
Hi everyone, this is Alyssa and Rusty Stoner. I'm so glad we could join you for this virtual banquet this year. I'm sorry we're not there all together.
But hopefully we'll be able to see you all in the spring. Please make sure you run as much as you can over the summer and fall.
So in addition to our coaches, we have key volunteers who assist with practices and competitions, comprised of LT ISD employees, high school students, and community volunteers. They help our practices run smoothly by gathering equipment, tracking times and scores, and even joining in scrimmages and races when we need another player. This group stands out because they attended a minimum of 8 practices, but often attended many more than that. Tom Cain. Himself a professional bowler, Mr. Tom brings a wealth of information to our practices. You will find him monitoring each bowling lane, sharing techniques, and encouraging our athletes. His expertise is not limited to standard bowling. We all know how to set a bowling ball on a ramp thanks to Mr. Tom. Nurse Becca Harpelrode. Nurse Becca is lead nurse for the district, and while her schedule doesn't allow her to attend as many practices as I know she would like, she brings an exuberance to every one she comes to. She's even attended a basketball practice with her foot in an orthopedic boot. That's dedication. Also, personally, having a nurse at practices brings peace of mind. Plus, she was a great help at yesterday's banquet bag curbside pickup. Thanks, Becca. Another volunteer who brings positivity to every practice is Edie Henry. Edie is a volunteer from our community who helps with all the sports and attends competitions even when they aren't in the Lake Travis area. She brings true warmth when working with our athletes. Trey Kelly. Trey joins us from Fusion Academy, Austin. You will often see him carrying the heavy equipment at basketball and track and field practices. You will also find him working on skills with our athletes even before practice starts. Ben Kurecka. Mr. Ben supported our bowling and basketball athletes this year. He was a great help not only to the students he works with at BCMS, but also with our athletes. You will notice him working with individual athletes, helping them improve their skills. Alan and Denise McDonald. Mr. McDonald is one of our substitute teachers in the district. He and his wife Denise have been a great addition to our Special Olympics delegation. They are patient and take the time to work with each of our athletes, demonstrating skills and cheering them on. Jake Reid. Jake has spent the majority of his young life volunteering with many organizations, but Special Olympics is one of his favorite. A senior at Lake Travis High School, Jake will be attending the University of North Texas in the fall. He will be missed at LT, but I know he will find a Special Olympics delegation near the UNT campus so he can continue volunteering. Thank you for your many years of service, Jake. Troy Reid. Troy is a Lake Travis High School student who has been volunteering with Special Olympics for several years. He volunteered in all 4 sports this year, and if there was an award for most practices attended, he would certainly win. Darrell Steadtler. Mr. Darrell has a wonderful rapport with our athletes. He drives a bus for the district, but he's also a certified EMT. He brings medical expertise to our practices that we hope never to use, but are grateful to have on hand. Isaiah Tao. Isaiah volunteered for our cycling season, including Saturday practices. You would see Isaiah helping set up prior to practice, cleaning up after, and running laps with our cyclists, making sure they were on track. No pun intended. And now for our honored athletes. Our athletes participated in 1 or more of our 4 sports offered during the school year. They represent Lake Travis elementary schools, middle schools, our high school, and our post-high school programs. We have athletes who are new to the program and seasoned athletes, some of whom have been participating for over a decade. In addition to our Special Olympics athletes, we had 3 unified partners. These young men volunteered their time and skills to be athletes in our unified basketball team by attending weekly practices and playing at competition. I am proud to introduce the 2019-2020 Lake Travis ISD Special Olympics athletes and unified partners. Carter Anderson. Carter participated in bowling, the 3-on-3 basketball team, and track and field. He has been described by Coach Daniels as being good at seeing who is open, and he has a great shot in basketball. We're proud of you, Carter. Sophie Bates. Sophie is new to our delegation, but not new to Special Olympics. She joined us for all of our sports and played on the 3-on-3 basketball team, where she is described as a great rebounder and takes it up top. We're glad you're here, Sophie. Mason Benegui. Mason is one of our newest athletes, and he made great personal gains in basketball and helped our team skills team earn 3rd place in area competition. We're happy to have you on the team, Mason. Kara Brady. Kara participated in bowling and basketball this year as an athlete, but she was the unofficial cheerleader for both these sports. Her basketball coach describes her as a great dribbler and works well with her team to make a great defense. Outstanding work, Kara. James Burke. James joined us this year, participating with our bowling team and bowled an average of 90 points throughout the season. Way to go, James. His whole family got in the spirit of Special Olympics when they pulled our homecoming float with their truck during the parade. Thank you, Burke family. Presley Clausen. Presley has participated in Special Olympics for a couple of years, but this was her first year to join us for basketball. You've made a lot of progress, Presley. Keep it up. Andrew Cornblin. Andrew participated in bowling this year. He keeps us all smiling with his enthusiasm for bowling and seeing his friends and teachers, which always includes big hugs. You brighten our day, Andrew. Gracie Crook. Gracie returned to bowling this year, one of her favorite sports, but she also joined our cycling team, riding her bike with her teammates around the parking lot of the EDC. Each practice, she went a longer distance, and we're sure she'll be riding the 10K event in no time. Watson Cusick. In the fall, you will see Watson on the football field. But this spring, Watson took the time to be part of our unified basketball team. He brought athletic skill to our practices, but also an enthusiasm for working with our athletes. Thank you, Watson. Jackson Daniel. Jackson volunteered to be part of our basketball team, bringing along some of his friends. During practices, he could be heard helping his teammates out, keeping them focused on the ball, and encouraging them to use Monster D, something he learned from his youth basketball coach. Thank you, Jackson. Reno Dees. Reno is a bowler and a basketball player. He earned a gold medal in the area bowling competition and was a leader on the team skills basketball team. He always reminds us to try again when we miss a shot. Super work, Reno. Declan Erie. Declan joined us for bowling this year, where he earned a silver medal during area competition. He continues to demonstrate personal progress and determination. Keep up the good work, Declan. Sheridan Gordon. Sheridan joined our delegation several years ago and has shown great dedication in every sport we offer. This year, she was asked to be on the 5-on-5 unified basketball team by the coaches following a great demonstration of skills during tryouts. Way to go, Sheridan. Travis Hottie. Along with Sister Emerson, Travis was the official photographer of our delegation this year. He also found time to practice in bowling and cycling. The Hottie family loaned us their trailer so we could store the bicycles during this year's cycling season. We owe a debt of gratitude to the Hottie family for their support for our Special Olympics program. I thank you all. Amelia Holmertz. Amelia is another athlete who participates in all 4 sports. You will often see her and Buddy Sophie sporting tiaras and pearl necklaces at practice, and making sure everyone knows when they're meeting for P. Terry's after. Great job, Amelia. You bring a lot of fun to our program. Raymond Rachovi. Ray is a new athlete this year and participated in bowling and basketball. He may be one of our younger athletes, but don't let that fool you. He can sink a basketball on the 10-foot goal like it's nothing. Good job, Ray. Valentina Johnson. Val participated in bowling, basketball, and track and field. She earned a gold medal at area bowling competition and is, according to Coach Daniels, a great shot at basketball. Great work, Val. Andrew Jones. Andrew knows how to dance and will often bust a move on the court, but he also gets the job done at bowling and basketball practices. Keep it up, Andrew. Macy Krantz. Macy is a determined young lady powering through at practices. And when it's not her turn at bowling, she is a social butterfly with volunteers and teammates alike. We appreciate you, Macy. William Llewellyn. William is new to our delegation, but that didn't keep him from cheering on his teammates and setting a good example to younger athletes. Great effort, William. Reagan Lohman. Reagan has been an athlete for several years and is a global messenger with Special Olympics Texas. She gives talks on her experience in the program all over Austin. We're proud of you, Reagan. Tiffany Mayer Spivey. Tiffany earned a gold medal at the area bowling competition. She played on our unified basketball team where she helped the team place second. Her parents also helped the delegation by lending their trailer for our homecoming float. Thank you to you all. Connor Mayerick. Connor participates in basketball and track and field and has been a dedicated athlete for many years. There's no match for his endurance on the track. Way to go, Connor. Luke Mueller. Luke, along with teammate Kara, helped to make a strong defense on the basketball team. Coach Wallace reports Luke will probably attend Texas Tech because he's an expert at guns up. Well done, Luke. Andrew Murphy. Sorry, the dogs just got let out, so you might hear some panting. Andrew joined us for bowling, basketball, and track and field this year. He brings an unmatched energy to practices, and I do believe he may have outrun several of the adults on the track. Don't worry, Coach Asorgi, your secret is safe with me. Well done, Andrew. Reagan O'Grady. Reagan is new this year and participated in all of our sports. However, she really took to cycling, often the first one on the track, the last to leave, and without much stopping in between. We're glad to have you as part of the team, Reagan. Caden Plachey. Caden participated in bowling, basketball, and track and field. He works hard in every sport he does and has an amazing gentleness with his teammates. Keep it up, Caden. Troy Reid. We met Troy earlier when we met our volunteers, but he had a second role during our basketball season. He was a unified player on our basketball team, attending all the practices and the competition in San Marcos. Thank you, Troy. Jacob Rigdon. Jacob has participated in bowling as long as I've known him, and while he is quiet and unassuming, he is a hard worker and a dedicated athlete. Good job, Jacob. Zoe Rothschild. Zoe joined us for track and field this year. She enjoys walking with her teammates and loves to be cheered on by the crowd, and we're happy to oblige, Zoe. Austin Spate. Austin participated in all of our sports, and anyone who knows Austin knows the unparalleled energy he brings to practice in the form of high fives and reminding us to cheer. It's always a delight to have you on the team, Austin. Torrance Spence. At one cycling practice, Torrance took a fall and got scraped up. But that, like any devoted cyclist, she got back on her bike to finish her laps and showed up to the next practice ready to go. We're proud of you, Torrance. Ryan Taylor. Always ready with a smile, Ryan brings warmth to practices and competition. He cheers on his teammates and himself for a job well done. We will always appreciate your spirit, Ryan. Mark Theodore. Mark is another athlete that brings a lot of spirit and can dance. So watching him do a little dance before making a shot on the hoop is guaranteed to bring a smile to your face. Thank you, Mark. Hayden Trigg. Hayden is rightfully proud of his accomplishments in Special Olympics. This season, he scored 135 on one of his bowling games. You're rocking it like Rocky, Hayden. Jason Walden. Jason recited the Special Olympics athlete oath at the Area 13 bowling competition opening ceremonies. He then earned a silver medal while he was there. Way to go, Jason. Christopher Whitty. Christopher always brings a smile and a great attitude to practices and competitions. He loves to chat and has never met a stranger. Thank you, Christopher, for being there for the team. The close of every school year also brings a new group of graduates. While we are excited for these young men, we are also sad to see them leave. All of them have been in the program for many years, dedicated to attending practices and competition. These athletes and their parents will now take a moment to tell us what LT Special Olympics has meant to them. Connor Mayerick. Connor's parents wrote, "If you could share with everyone at the event, we are very grateful to you all the volunteers and everyone associated with the Special Olympics activities. If there's anything Connor likes to do, it's run and be outdoors, so track was an enjoyable experience for him. Even though he didn't interact with the other kids on a personal level, I'm sure he enjoyed their company and remembered them from year to year. Thanks again, Tanya and Val." Thank you to the Mayerick family for your kind words. Ryan Taylor. Ryan wrote his speech to be shared at the banquet. In his own words, he wrote, "I got to meet a lot of new friends in Special Olympics. I was a great team player in the sports I did in Special Olympics. I got to do Night to Shine prom with my friends from Special Olympics. I got to hang out at school with my friends from Special Olympics." Thank you, Ryan, for those words that were from the heart. And thank you to the Taylor family for all your support over the years. You will be missed. And now we're going to hear a word from Christopher Whitty.
Hi there, this is Christopher Whitty, and I've been an athlete in Special Olympics since the 5th grade. And now I'm 21 years old, and I finished up the 18+ program. And sadly, my career to Lake Travis Special Olympics is coming to an end. Over the years, I have competed in bowling, basketball, cycling, and track. It's been fun to compete in Special Olympics with all my friends, including William Haley and Amelia Homeworth. Special Olympics in Lake Travis was really fun, and I'm going to miss it a lot. I am thankful for all the persons that helped me in Special Olympics, including Miss Marissa and all the volunteers in the Rotary Club. Special Olympics was always fun. The games were great, the tournaments were great, and I loved it. William and I used to joke around about people getting in the gutter. Special Olympics was fun. I had fun competing in the tournament, and practice was too. I learned a lot of sports skills, and I still love to ride and shoot baskets. It's important to remember is to keep your eye on the ball. If I were in 5th grade again, I would ask Miss Marissa to get involved in Special Olympics. If I only had $100, I would give $200 to Special Olympics. Yes, LT, I thought it was fun.
Yeah, what'd you like about it?
I loved bowling, and I loved all my funny friends.
And what else did you love about it?
I loved cycling and track.
Who'd you hang out with?
William.
Who else?
And Tiffany. They were the funniest.
What else?
They were the ones that told me to get in the gutter and get my other people in the gutter, like my teachers. And I loved Special Olympics because everything was awesome. And always make today count and go Cavs.
Thank you to the Woody family for that awesome video. Thanks, Chris, for the shout out. We wish you the best of luck with all your future endeavors. I would like to take a moment to thank our Special Olympics parents. You are just as dedicated to the program as our athletes. You attend practices, drive to competitions, sometimes out of town. You help each other, and the support you give me is amazing. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you. And big shout out to Nikki J. Moreno, Katie Kaufman, Girl Scout Troop 2124, and Kristen Curtis and her crew at Project Search. Because of you all, we were able to pass out, or Nurse Becca and I were able to pass out incredible goodie bags yesterday. You really raised the bar, guys. And now, Dr. Laura Abbott, Director of Special Services, will make the closing remarks.
Thank you very much, Marissa. It was so wonderful to see all of our athletes and celebrate their accomplishments today. And then to hear for our seniors, it's hard to believe that this is their end. So what I'd like to do is take a moment to formally thank all of our sponsors and donors, to High Five Entertainment for the donation of the bowling lane time and for practices, as well as the continuous support of our athletes. We thank you. Again, to the Hottie family for the generous donation of the secure storage for the bikes, as well as all the photography that was included with our slideshows tonight. To LTISD Athletic Department for working so wonderfully with us to schedule the use of the facilities for basketball and track practices. A special thank you to Coach Boren at the high school, who went above and beyond with making sure the athletes had everything that they needed for basketball. Girl Scout Troop 2124, under the leadership of Lisa Baker, continues to do goodie bags for all of our athletes before competitions, as well as including a bag with the banquet bags that were picked up today. The LTIC Development and Corporate Relations with Katie Kaufman for seeking out donations for the banquet bags, as well as making those arrangements for us with HEB, our next donor. HEB donated decorated cookies and the bags of popcorn for the banquet goodie bags. Thank you very much, HEB. And again to Nikki J. Moreno, who we couldn't survive a day without in our special services department. She, the glue that continues to hold all of us together, even when we're so split apart physically. During this time, she was our hands, printing the programs and not only putting together the banquet goodie bags, but made them look amazing. And so thank you again, Nikki. And finally, to Marissa Sodders, our head of delegation and head coach. Our many thanks for all you do throughout the year, from recruiting athletes, recruiting volunteers, organizing all of the practices, the signups, communicating all the practices and reschedules and changes, to organizing all of the event details, as well as schlepping all that equipment around all the time. So Marissa and her husband, Stephen, are truly ambassadors for Special Olympics and for our athletes. And hello, Stephen, yes. And Marissa, we thank you for your many, many hours of service and going above and beyond for our athletes and for our family. So if everyone will give a virtual applause for our coach, Marissa. Typically, this is when I embarrass her on stage and present her with flowers, but we were able to do that on the side. And so we'll have Stephen do that for us. So thank you, Marissa. On behalf of all of our athletes, volunteers, and families, thank you again for continuing to lead the way for us.
Thank you, Dr. Abbott, and I have my tissues just in case, because I knew that was going to happen. Thank you. It is always a joy, and just I usually say the banquet is the hardest thing I do, and I dislike it up until the actual banquet, and this is no different. Even being a virtual format, it had its own set of difficulties. So thank you all for your patience. Thank you for ignoring the barking dogs. And yeah, we'll do this again next year. So thank you everybody for joining us this evening, and we'll see you next year. Have a great evening.
Again, thank you all very much.